Sabah is one of the 13 states which comprise Malaysia. It is also known as the land below the wind. The capital of Sabah is Kota Kinabalu, a coastal city which lies on the South China seaboard. The region is rich in unique plant and animal life. The type of terrain spans from rugged mountains and lush rainforests, to low-lying rivers and mangroves to picturesque white sand beaches, which meet a sea teeming with aquatic life and vibrant corals, and is home to beautiful islands. Such variation brings countless things to do and explore. Close to the city is Kinabalu National Park, a World Heritage Site which is home to Mount Kinabalu. Malaysia has been heavily influenced by many foreign powers over the centuries, from Hindu and Buddhist cultures through to a period of British colonisation. It's a place where the East meets West. Malaysia is a melting pot of different races, culture and religions which live together as one. Our first destination is Western Town, which is approximately a 2-hour drive from Kota Kinabalu. The town is named after the British engineer A.J. West, who was instrumental in the building of the railways in the region. The town lies on the Western River, which is home to a variety of wildlife.
We're about to embark upon a primate adventure. We're going to take a cruise down the Western River in the hope of seeing the proboscis monkey, which is famous for 3 things: the size of its nose, the size of its belly, and also its sexual promiscuity. These monkeys are known to have large troops, about 1 male in charge of about 30 females, and he has to look after them and tend to all their needs on a regular basis. They're also known as the playboy or Borneo.
Apart from the proboscis monkey, the river is also home to several species of primate, including the silver langur monkey and the long-tailed macaque. We have served some local Malaysian snacks before embarking upon our journey to see the famed long-nosed monkeys. The riverbanks are full of lush vegetation, deep verdant hues of green as far as the eye can see. The fresh countryside fills your lungs as you cruise down the river, scouring the riverbanks for signs of primate life. We soon stumble upon a troop of long-tailed macaques. Their distinctive long tails and long limbs make them easily identifiable. The boat inches towards the shoreline. It's unbelievable that we can get so close to these marvellous creatures.
I'm really excited to see these monkeys, but one monkey there, the man monkey, does not look happy. And this guy's the boss. Wow, look at those, they're so cute.
Macaques are social animals which live in large troops with complex social structures. At the head of each troop is the alpha male. Here the dominant male patrols the shoreline, protecting his troop from the onlooking tourists.
So apparently monkeys don't need chairs because they can just sit on their tail and lean back and support themselves with their tail.
After getting our fill of macaques, we continue along our journey. We go travelling from shore to shore in our quest to find the proboscis monkey. And there in the distance we see the proboscis monkey swinging from tree to tree. Various troops can be found up and down the river along the shoreline. They are one of the largest monkey species in Asia, and they are known to be proficient swimmers, being able to cross small stretches of water. The proboscis monkey is also known as the Dutch monkey. It is said the nickname comes from the fact that the locals thought the proboscis monkey looked a lot like the Dutch colonisers on account of their large noses and bellies. Despite their abundance in the area, the proboscis monkey are listed as an endangered animal. Around sunset, sways of egrets come home to roost upon the mangrove trees. These large birds balance effortlessly atop the swaying branches. Perhaps hundreds of them congregate to rest for the night, an impressive sight to behold. Other than the Western River, there are several other rivers which lie close to the city, each river having something different to offer.
We're about to embark upon an aquatic adventure. We're going to go whitewater rafting down the river Kulo, which takes its name from ulo, meaning bamboo. The water looks calm and tranquil at the moment, so I'm feeling quite relaxed. So fingers crossed, hopefully the water stays calm for my sake. But it looks like it's great fun.
So he's going to bring the cameraman.
At the disembarkation point, you're greeted by your expert instructor. After you put on all your whitewater rafting essentials, it's then time for the all-important safety briefing. The briefing tells you what to expect and what you should do should the need arise. The river is suitable for nearly every age and ability. No experience is necessary, as the instructor will coach you through the basics. With the briefing complete, it's time to board the boat and start the adventure. The journey lasts 1 to 2 hours depending on the conditions. Travelling along the river gives the perfect opportunity to take in some of the region's picturesque scenery. The river is home to Class 1 and 2 rapids, which means it's ideal for beginners. Most of the river is calm and free-flowing, with some patches of rough water, with some rocky parts and a few small drops, which require only a basic level of paddling skills. The rapids offer plenty of fun, but generally it's a calm, relaxing experience. The river is also a popular place for kayaking. Apart from the whitewater rafting, there is plenty of opportunity to swim or body raft down the river. As soon as we hit our first suitable patch of water, it's time to take a dip in the river. The water seems cold to the touch, and after much contemplation, I decided to opt for a gradual entry, planning to perch on the boat and slide gently in. But that was the theory. The initial shock of falling in soon fades. The water is refreshingly cool. But the question is, how on earth do I get back into the boat? The boat seems to be slowly disappearing, getting further and further downriver. It's now time to put the lessons to the test. My first attempt failed miserably. The current easily taking my legs under the boat, making it hard to pull oneself in. The same is true with the second attempt. Luckily, there is always help on hand. Okay, so after a review of how to get in correctly, it's time for another attempt. The ideal technique is to swim up to the boat, grab the rope, kick out, so you're horizontal to the boat and pull yourself in. It's harder than it seems, but it's really all about technique, and the third time's the charm. After whitewater rafting, you're greeted by an all-you-can-eat buffet, which comprises of a blend of both Western and local flavours. After all that paddling, I've certainly worked up an appetite, and this is the perfect grub to refuel. Not only is Sabah rich in natural treasures, but there are also plenty of cultural treasures throughout the region to enjoy too. Shantik Borneo Gallery is Sabah's first miniature gallery. It contains a large collection of dolls, each doll dressed in traditional costume. The museum showcases Sabah's rich cultural and historical heritage. More than 40 ethnic groups from throughout the Sabah region are represented in the exhibition. The collection comprises over 200 dolls. Each dress is unique and the design of which is imbued with meaning and significance.
Every ethnic costume has a special meaning and significance to its design. We have Anne here, who's the museum director. She's going to talk us through this particularly strange costume and its meaning.
Yes. Okay, like this is the Kadazan from Papar area. The difference is from their head. So if it's wearing feather, means she's still single.
Okay, so these three are available.
Yes, they are available.
I'll talk to them later.
Okay, and if there's a flower on the head, means she is not available or married.
She has a husband.
Married, yes. And if there's no decorations, means she's either a widow
or doesn't want to be. Doesn't want a boyfriend.
Could be.
Not only does design and extra appendages have particular significance, also does the colour of the dress. For example, we have the...
Bajau sama.
What does the colours mean in this case?
Okay, the yellow colour means they are the royal family.
Okay, yep.
Okay. Then non-yellow means they are the working family, working class people.
So if you were upper class and rich, you would wear the yellow.
Yes.
And if you're like us, we would have to wear the reds and blues.
Yeah, red, blue, green.
See, green,
Green.
blue. So we're already wearing the correct uniform.
Yes, we are the working class people. But that was in the old days.
In the old days.
Yes.
There are also full-size ethnic costumes, each one handmade. There is also a play area for children, where they can dress the dolls up in native costumes. Apart from the native costumes, the museum showcases traditional musical instruments, as well as a variety of other items used by different ethnic groups. The blowpipe, a tool of hunting or perhaps deadly weapon. These simple instruments were often used to hunt small game, and sometimes the tips of the darts were coated in poison to assure success. The gallery is home to an ensemble of different native percussion instruments, sporting gongs of every size. The music is lively and jovial. Visitors are also free to have a go. There is also a variety of local ethnic products, which are perfect for dressing up in and taking some photos to remember the experience. Another great place to learn about Malaysian culture is the Mari Mari Cultural Village, which is located approximately half an hour away from the city of Kota Kinabalu. The village is a living museum, a place to experience the rich cultural and historical heritage of the Borneo people through interaction with its people and hands-on activities. The village is a world away from modern life, a place of tranquil calm set amongst nature. Several wooden huts constructed in the traditional manner are spread across the village, each holding within a different story to be told. The Kadazan Dunzon people are renowned for their rice wine, which is known as lihing in the local tongue. To make the rice wine, natural yeast is derived from a rice mixture, which is mixed into a ball and left to dry. Once the balls are dry, they are pounded into a fine dust, which is then mixed into the cooked gelatinous rice. The mixture is then placed into a ceramic jar, which is then sealed with leaves and left to ferment for a couple of weeks. Traditionally, the wine is served in bamboo cups. The wine is sweet and rich in flavour, and is ideally suited for my sweet tooth. The drink has an alcohol content very similar to a wine. It's also used in cooking to add flavour to many types of dishes. Rice wine really goes down easily. It's a great drink, and I have to confess to drinking quite a few, as it was so tasty. There is also another alcoholic drink, known as montoku, or rice whiskey. The drink is made from the leftovers of the rice wine fermentation process, which are then distilled in metal hoppers. Rather than carrying around heavy cooking pots when away from home, the natives have devised an ingenious method of cooking using bamboo. For example, salt, chili, bay leaves, potato and chicken are mixed together and placed inside the tube. The bamboo is then cooked upon an open fire. After around 10 to 15 minutes, the food inside is cooked, and the bamboo is simply split open with a knife to reveal the cooked food within. bamboo sealed container effectively steams the food inside, leaving the chicken tender and juicy. The tribes have also domesticated the wild stingless bee, which are cultivated in artificial hives made from thick pipes of bamboo. Not only do the beekeepers extract the honey, but they also utilise the beeswax for a variety of applications. One such application is as a sealant for musical instruments. We now enter a replica rungus longhouse. These longhouses are built on short stilts and would house many families, each family having its own separate quarters, all of which are connected along a common hallway. An essential survival tool in times long since past was the ability to create fire. Everything needed to create fire by friction can be found within the bamboo plant. Scraping along the outer surface of fresh bamboo creates the tinder needed for fire. Pieces of dry bamboo are then used to create the fire. The tinder is placed underneath, a knife line is scored, then the rubbing begins. Back and forth, becoming more and more vigorous. And smoke starts to occur. That's when you need to speed up, getting faster and faster, then gently blow to get the oxygen in and start the flame. The expert makes it look so easy. The fire catches abruptly and bingo. Now it's my turn.
Oh, I see smoke. I see smoke.
Faster than that.
Faster?
Yeah.
Woo! Almost there. Let's go. Ah. And now, slowly. What's happening?
You blow too hard just now.
Ah, what? It went out.
Okay, I'm personally blaming the alcohol. However, after a second
Faster.
attempt
Oh my word.
and much rubbing, I finally got there.
Oh, this is exciting.
Creating fire by friction is certainly not easy work. The Lundaya are known for hunting and fishing. The name derives from Lun, meaning people, and Daya meaning upriver, hence their name literally meaning upriver people.
This rather fetching outfit I'm wearing is called a
Talun.
talun, and it's surprisingly, despite its softness, is actually made from a tree bark. Yeah. So this guy's going to show us the technique of how to transform something as hard as bark into something as soft as a fabric.
The vest is made from the bark of trees, which has been worked and scraped to make it soft and supple. To soften the bark, water is applied. This is usually done by the riverside, and the bark is pounded and then left to dry. A laborious process indeed. A great deal of time is invested to make every vest. Music plays an important role for many of the tribes. Inside the Lundaya house is a selection of different bamboo instruments. They are incredibly hard to play. Even blowing to make a sound seems an impossible task. But it's something which comes with practice, and the experts make it look effortless. Next we venture into the Murut village. Before the introduction of Christianity to the region, the Murut tribe were known as fearsome headhunters. Indeed, they were the last group to renounce their headhunting ways. For example, the right to marry was only allowed once the prospective groom had presented a head to the bride's family.
Gunturong.
Yeah.
Kami terima kamu masuk. Pansen mo.
Now we accept you to enter. Welcome, he said.
Excellent, good. We survived. We gained entry. I answered well, let's go.
You have to meet the shaman.
Turns out they are friendly, which is a good
He
thing.
will bless you.
I'm not sure what's scarier, the man with the weapon or the scary-looking shaman. The witch doctor is said to be able to commune with the spirits, cure the sick, and conduct various rituals. And upon entry to the village, she performs a blessing. Like the Rungus, the Murut also dwell in longhouses. However, the Murut longhouses are characterised by much taller stilts. This particular longhouse houses a marvellous feat of ingenious native engineering. A native trampoline. It's amazing how much airtime they can achieve. They really make it look effortless. So after watching the experts do their thing, it's time for me to have a go. However, I have a sneaking suspicion that it's not as easy as it looks.
I could be here all day, I think. Almost there. It's just practice. I think I need more practice. I think these guys have probably been jumping for a long time. Let's check them out one more time. 1, 2.
From the regular to the strange, any form or fashion of jumping is possible. People can even do backflips. Okay, so it's my attempt for a trick jump. After exploring the entire village, we are treated to a montage of different native dances, set to the rhythm of live music created by a medley of native instruments. In some dances, the warriors whirl around, bearing shields and swords, which slice through the air as they move. While others, the men and the women, move gracefully across the stage, weaving around amongst one another. Not only can you watch these dances, there is also an opportunity to participate. The audience are called up upon the stage to experience the Magunatip dance of the Marat tribe. Now is a chance for some one-to-one instruction. The moves are simple enough to learn, but when you're under the pressure of the clashing bamboo, your heart starts to race. But of course, what I was doing was only the most basic of moves. The real dance is far more intricate and complicated. This dance is all about timing and coordination. An exhilarating spectacle indeed. All the performers in the village are natives that live nearby and work together to preserve the rich cultural heritage of their people. This timeless village is firmly rooted in the past, a showcase of the richness and diversity of ethnic culture. Another place to see ethnic dancing is the Campanelayan floating seafood restaurant, where you can enjoy an array of local delicacies while being treated to live performances upon their floating stage. There is a large selection of native dishes, ranging from soft shell crabs to prawns and spicy chicken dishes. The restaurant serves an infusion of Thai, Chinese and local cuisines. There is also an option to pick your own fish, lobster or crab for the eating. Some of the lobsters are simply ginormous. There are nightly cultural dance performances which showcase a variety of different ethnic tribes throughout the region. Guests are also encouraged to partake in some of the native dancing. The entertainment and food make for a great evening. For those that seek a further journey of culinary explanation, the night market is the perfect place to visit. The night market can be found by the waterfront. As you enter the market, you're hit by the aromatic smoke which fills the air and the sounds of people having a good time. There are barbecue meats of every variety, marinated in various sumptuous sauces, as well as freshly caught fish char-grilled to perfection, through to flambéed seafood dishes. The marketplace is a melting pot of different flavours from all across Southeast Asia. It is also a great place to socialise, dine out and catch up with friends. The market is also stocked with plenty of fresh produce and is famous for its seafood selection, fishes of every size, shape and colour, crustaceans of every conceivable type. Besides seafood, there is also a plethora of fruit and vegetables available. The different multicultural influences on the food are quite apparent.